Hello and good evening. Good evening. My name is Sandra Jennings, and you are watching Passion Speak, where we give those with a passion a platform to speak. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, we really appreciate you. And if it's your second or third time, we really appreciate you. Feel free to share and like this video, and you can go to the YouTube as well. So, with all that out the way, I'm excited about this next guest because of the stipulation around co-parenting and parenting and fathers. Fathers get a bad rap, but my next guest is real passionate about his position as a father, and he is going to tell us all about it. Will Braylock, let's bring him to the stage. Hey, Will.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good. Now, before we go on, I want to let everyone know that you are on location because as a father, you got multiple things going. And right now, you are catering a special event for a local politician. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Lisa Knight is running for Second Ward City Commissioner. I should be at that event, but I just found out about it actually. So yeah, good luck to Lisa. But anyway, so we're gonna talk about what you're doing there later. But first, we are going to talk about the main thing you are passionate about, and that is EKDADF. And what does that stand for?
Stands for every kid deserves a dope father.
Okay, and how did you have this long story about how you and your daughter came up with this name and the purpose. So tell us your story. I'm anxious to hear it.
And again, I apologize for the lighting
You
if it
okay?
gets bad.
Hey, we
Uh,
get it.
so my daughter, she was 10 years old, and we were having a conversation about generational wealth and what that means and how one could obtain generational wealth. And I told her one of the things that you have to do is you have to be self-employed, that you have to make a way for yourself. And so she said, "So what we're gonna do?" And I said, "I don't know. We'll figure some business out." So the first thing we did was look and see what we liked. I said, "Let's look at what we like and then turn that into a business, and then we'll profit off of something that we like." So we're like, "Okay, let's do." But she's 10, so she had all of these crazy ideas of things that we could do that Daddy didn't have the money to do. So, but
Mhm.
she thought we did. But I told her, I said, we both like fashion, we both like to dress. Let's do a clothing line. And she was like, okay. So I was like, what are we gonna call it? Again, she came up with a lot of names: Daddy and Pooh, Pooh and Daddy, Daddy Time, all of these things. And then I said, well, let's make it about something that me and you both love, and we love spending time together. And I love being your father. You love being my daughter. So what if we said every kid deserves a good father? And when I said every kid deserves a good father, she was like, yeah, let's do that. So we sat on it for a while, and I began to plan out what that would look like, what the clothing line would look like, what it would take to get it off the ground. And I said, good ain't good enough. In fatherhood, good ain't good enough. I said, what's better than good? And, I was born in the 80s. So the word dope was one of the highest compliments that, could get. That's a dope car, that's a dope house. He's the dopest basketball player, the dopest track runner. So all of these things. So I said, what if I said every kid deserves a dope father? Right. And so I'm like, yeah, every kid deserves a dope father. So it kind of gave homage to her, and then homage to from my era in the 80s. And so we took that, we moved on it. We started reaching out to suppliers, looking for some production, and it just took off. Like it literally just took off. We started doing like pop-up shops, me and her on the weekends, and she enjoyed it. She enjoyed more spending money at the pop-ups than
Of
making money at the
course.
pop-ups. But she really enjoyed it, and it gave us time to not only spend time together, but also for her to learn finances and what that looks like, and what it looks like to own your own business and giving up your Saturday or your Friday because you're your own boss. So a lot of values I was able to teach her at the same time.
Okay, cool. I want to show a little something. You have a little something on your Facebook page, and we have all of your web contact info there on prior to the stream
Yeah.
that people can see. But I want to just show a little bit about on your Facebook page because I love it. And I love this video. This is you at the mall with your clothing line.
A lot of times, dads don't get the recognition that they deserve. Because as dads, we don't wear that on our sleeve. We just go out and we do what we're supposed to do because we're dads. But sometimes we need that recognition too. We need to be able to be told that we're dope and also show our dopeness out and display it out to everybody else. But your dopeness is whatever your kid thinks is dope about you. You want to magnify that to the fullest potential that you have. So that's what we try to do here at Every Kid Deserves a Dope Father.
That was nice. That was nice. So who did she? What's your daughter's name?
The Pooh. Her name is Jasmine, but you know, I call her the Pooh. So
okay, the Pooh. So did she have active role in picking things like your colors, your logo? You know,
yeah, the logo, not so much. The acronym, I just used the acronym, but we both came up with the words. But as far as like the colors, like she's into colors, and so a lot of the shirts, especially the loud color shirts, are shirts that she'll be like, "Oh, you should do it in this color, or we should do it in that color." So she has a hand in that part. Also, when I'm looking at, like, I have on a tech suit right now. One of the jogging suits right now, and she has, you know, she'll say that doesn't look right, or this looks right, or you should do it in this color or this style. So she has a hand in it. And then sometimes she just tell people I work for her. That's her main thing. She thinks that I work for her. So that's her hand in it a lot. It's her telling me what to do.
You can't hear me. Back up. I want to put you in the frame and just see what your jacket looks like.
Oh. So the jacket has Every Kid Deserves a Dope Father on the breast, and then on the legs it has Every Kid Deserves a Dope Father, and then the t-shirt to go with it, the hat, the necklace being the Pooh.
Woo-wee. Are you wearing your brand? I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So
Appreciate that.
she is you are effectively co-parenting
Yes.
your daughter, and you're teaching her financial money management, the whole 9 yards with, you know, investing and building wealth and saving and those kinds of things. Where else are you getting your ideals that you're showing her? Like you guys
Well, a lot of my ideas come from growing up, and you know, I had, my dad was around when I grew up, present, sometimes not as active as I would have wanted, but present at times. But my philosophy is always, you start from what you didn't like. You know, as a father, we always say there's no blueprint. There's no blueprint. Well, there may not be a blueprint, but there's a foundation, and that foundation can start with, you start with what you didn't like. If your dad didn't spend a lot of time with you and you knew how that made you feel, then that's what you should change when you become a parent. If your dad was verbally abusive or physically abusive, then you try not to do that to your kid. Like, the first thing you do is try to eliminate the hurt that was presented to you, no matter what form or fashion that may be.
Okay, that's cool. She probably thinks you're a king. I know, I can see from looking at your social media that she really thinks highly of you, and you're doing a great job. What do you think fathers can do more of these days?
Be active. Be active, be patient, be kind, be relevant. And by relevant, I mean be relevant in your kid's life. Like, don't just give them what you think they need, because that's good. But sometimes go into their life, you know, check into their life and see how, and see how you can be relevant in their life. because we don't think a lot of times with kids that, oh, they're into football, basketball. Oh, I wasn't into that, so I'm not going to be into that. No, be relevant in their life, and be patient. Be patient with all the decisions and things that they are going to be making.
Okay. So you are executive as your 9 to 5, and you have Every Kid Deserves a Dope Father as a side business that you're building, and you are also building a little something else, right? Something to eat, which is what you're doing tonight. What are you doing tonight?
I am Lisa Knight, as you said, she's running for second ward commissioner. She asked me to come down and prepare a meal for her announcement party, and I came down. I made some honey bourbon chicken, some vinaigrette and raspberry coleslaw, some smoked hickory potatoes, and some rolls, like something light.
Now, did I hear you say you have a food truck?
Yeah, I do have a food truck. So the food truck is where the name comes from, something to eat. When you're hungry, you're like, what you want? I don't know. I just want something to eat.
Something to eat. That's amazing. That's funny, because when I seen that, I was like, oh, that sounds like something I want.
Yeah.
Because you want something to eat. Really, seriously. You stand in the refrigerator. What you look for? I'm looking for something to eat.
Right.
And so you're available. Now we're getting off the subject just a little bit, but it's still on the subject of, wealth building and trying to have your daughters watch you build wealth. She's not going to forget these days. Trust me.
Well, this is in direct correlation. So for this food truck, I bought the food truck for her 11th birthday.
Okay.
So it's in her name. That's why she thinks I work for her, and she tells everyone that I work for her. Okay. But I didn't get her a present. I got her something small, but I didn't get her a birthday present. Her birthday present was the food truck. Was for her to have something, that she could continuously make money off of, regardless if I'm here or not, and regardless if she's running it or renting it out or leasing it out. It will forever generate some wealth for her.
And so if we're interested in looking at your food truck or finding out where you park this week, we can just go right to your Facebook page, can't we?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Go to my Facebook page. I'm always posting food. Always posting new things that I'm trying. So when you're hungry, get something to eat.
Good. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to keep you. I know that Lisa's probably like, where the food man at? I know you got your people in there.
No, she's, I tell you one thing off the subject. She's one of the kindest, respectful, available, attentive people I know. Like she's awesome. So she's been awesome for me this year. So good. She'll have my support.
Good. Well, I'm not in the second ward, but if I was, yeah, she would have mine as well. So anyway. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate you. We're going to check out your clothing line and check out your social media. You are also on IG, and you have your website, and we wish you the best. And when I see you get again at a pop-up shop, we're going to get some dope father stuff for like even my son and my son-in-law for their kids.
Yes, ma'am.
Because they need
I just want fathers to remember, dopeness is defined by your kid. It's not defined by you. So you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be that much educated. What you have to do is make sure that you're dope to your kids. And that's what's going to build and forge that relationship. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. EKDADF.com. Go and check out the merchandise. EKDADF on IG. Every Kid Deserves a Dope Father on Facebook. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Will. And thank you, people. You've been watching Passion Speak, where we give those of the passion a platform to speak. We're talking to Will Braylock with Every Kid Deserves a Dope Father, because he's a dope father and he's doing his dope thing. All right. Peace.